Hi, my third grade friends. I wanted to bring you something else that would kind of go along with what you're doing at school. I think your teachers are talking about extreme weather with you. Um, so I wanted to come up with a fun little easy activity that maybe you guys could do at home. Okay? So, extreme weather, first of all, is any weather that falls outside of the normal patterns of weather in an area. Um, we have mild weather in San Diego normally. Sometimes we'll get extreme thunderstorms or extreme winds. Different areas of the country will get hurricanes and tornadoes. Those are all different types of extreme weather. So today what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about tornadoes, okay, because that's a pretty extreme type of weather. Even though we don't get them in San Diego, we're going to talk about them because we can do something fun with them. So most tornadoes come from thunderstorms. They happen when there's a thunderstorm happening. So thunderstorms form from cumulonimbus clouds, and cumulonimbus clouds are these clouds that they form really big and tall. They're really tall. They start closer to the earth. They're not too far away from the earth. So it allows a lot of moisture to accumulate in them. And so when these big, tall clouds form, it causes a lot of wind and a lot of movement up in the atmosphere. And so it causes the thunderstorms to happen because the air is causing friction, which builds up the electrical charges. But it can also have, not hurricanes. It can also have tornadoes come down out of them. Okay, so what is a tornado? Okay, we don't get tornadoes here really. Very, very rarely. Yes, it's possible, but not probable. So a tornado is just a violent rotating column of air that extends. It comes down from the thunderstorm. Okay, so from that big cumulonimbus cloud, this spinning, twirling, violent air is going to come down. It's considered a tornado when it actually touches the ground. Now, why do these start? If you have a big chunk, a big air mass that is cool and dry, and you have another air mass that's warm and moist, okay, and they come and they meet each other, it's going to cause weather to happen. So I think you know that warm air rises and cool air sinks. The reason that happens is because the cool air, think about it when we've talked about matter in the past, cool matter gets bunched tightly together. So all the molecules are tighter together. So it's going to become heavier. With warm matter, like warm air, the molecules are going to spread apart. They're moving real fast. So they become lighter. Okay? So the cold air mass will come under. It's going to push the warm air mass up. Higher up in the atmosphere, though, it's colder. So as this warm air mass is up here and rising up, it's suddenly then up, as it gets higher up in the atmosphere, it's going to cool down. And then it's going to fall because then those molecules are going to get tightly packed together and it's going to fall. Well, then the cold air mass here will get pulled up with the warm air mass and it makes like this spinning going like this, right? And it's going to cause air that's kind of going around like this. But if you also have a lot of warm air coming and it's pushing it all up, then it can take this movement of air and make it go like this. So that then this air is moving like this now. Okay? So the cold air mass comes, it's going to push under. The warm air mass is going to go above, but the warm air will cool off higher up in the atmosphere. So then it'll drop again. Okay? And it's going to cause this motion of the air to be going like this. But then if you have a lot of warm air pushing it up, then it'll tilt that spinning to be like this and cause a tornado. And then it'll come down and it can touch the ground and be a tornado. So that's kind of how tornadoes start. So we in San Diego and in California, we don't get a ton of tornadoes, hardly any at all. So the area here in the central United States, this is called Tornado Alley. That's where most of the tornadoes are going to happen because you get the cool, dry air coming from up north, you get the warm, moist air coming from the south, and that's where they're going to meet, and that's what's going to cause the tornado type weather to happen. So areas that this is going to happen: Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana. Tornadoes are common in all of these areas, but Tornado Alley is where they're going to happen the most. So we can't stop a tornado. I don't think any scientist has figured out how to stop a tornado. But something that's important to know is, what would you do if you were in a tornado? Okay, so for safety reasons, the tornado winds move so fast, they're very dangerous. It can pick up cars and move cars. It can pick up cows and move cows. It can make a straw. If it hits at the right angle, it can stick a straw into a tree. So we need to protect ourselves from all the flying debris and from being picked up and flown off somewhere. So what you would want to do is you would go to a room. If you're in a house, you would go to a room in the house that has no windows. Windows would be bad because if things fly through the windows, the glass is going to come hit you. And you would want to be as low down to the ground, as low as possible. So if you have a basement, which we don't have basements, go to the basement, or just be downstairs in your house. You don't want to go upstairs. So go downstairs in a room with no windows, such as a bathroom, okay? Because then you can hang on to the toilet too, because that's bolted into the ground. If you're outside, you want to go as low as possible. So if there's a ditch or an area that goes lower than the rest, you go there and you lay down flat and you hope that tornado is going to pass you over. So what we're going to do today, we are going to make a tornado in a bottle, okay? So you need 2 clear plastic bottles. If you have 2-liter bottles, the bigger bottles, that's great. If not, you can use the regular water bottles. We're going to need water and duct tape and scissors. And if you want to put glitter or something to represent the debris and the trash and all the stuff, the dirt and the leaves and everything that would be flying around, you can use that too. That's optional. I did not use that. So you can either gather your supplies now and then I'll show you what to do, or watch all the way through. So what I've got here, I have 2 water bottles, okay? If you've got a bottle, like a 2-liter bottle, if you have 2 of these, that might work. I know it will work, but I only have 1 of these, so I can't use that one. But I do have these because my kids drink water. So I have 2 of these. 1 of them has water in it. The other thing I need some duct tape, okay? Or some tape that'll be really strong and be able to keep the water from leaking. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut a little piece of it, and I'm going to put it over the mouth of this bottle here. So I'm going to put it over the mouth, because what we need to do is we need to make a smaller hole for the water to go through. Okay, so I'm going to put that on really tight there, okay, with some tape, duct tape, okay? But now I need to make a smaller hole in here. So I'm going to use my scissors and make a little hole. It's a little bit windy out here. Ooh, okay, well, hopefully this will work. I'm going to cut a little bit more out of there. Okay, so now I have a little hole in here, okay? Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this bottle, this one has water in it, I don't need the lid, but now I'm gonna put these 2 together, and I wanna line up the mouths of the bottles, and then I'm gonna tape them together really well so that they don't leak, so that it won't leak, okay? So I'm gonna cut off some more tape. I'm going to line these up. I hope this is going to work. Line these up. You might need a friend to help you, or your sister or brother, or if mom and dad can help you, that might be good, because this is not as easy as I thought it was. Okay. You want to make sure that it's taped really tight. Oh, and don't let them, you want to keep them lined up, because we want to keep the water in as well as we can, as much as we can. Okay? I'm going to make it real tight, and then I'm going to put some more tape on, because I really don't want this to leak on me. I'm going to go around again. So I made it tight, nice and tight, right? Okay, so now if I take it and I turn it upside down and I spin it, right? We're gonna get the water spinning, and then as it goes down into the bottom bottle, the empty bottle, the gravity will pull it down, but it will cause that spinning vortex to keep going, and it allows the air to come up while the water's coming down. So watch if I go like this. I don't know if this will work. Oh, 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 oh. Do you see it going? Okay, so that's kind of what happens with a tornado. Now, something you could do to make it more fun, you could add food coloring, because it would just be prettier, might be more fun. You could put glitter in it. If you put glitter in it, it would represent all the debris and the trash and the plants and branches and everything that flies around in a tornado, because tornado winds blow really, really fast and they're really strong, so they can pick up a lot of stuff. So that's how you make your little tornado in a bottle. If you do this, do it outside in case you spill, and have fun and keep being curious. If you guys want to send me a picture or a video of your tornado in a bottle or something else that you've come up with, I'd love to see it. You can email me at my school email address. I miss you guys.